It's been forever since I've been up north. Chiang Mai or even to Vientiane. Yeah, it's been about 2 years now.
Yeah, me too. I think 2 years since I've been up
Next time I pack a little money to save that I can afford, the rooms are pretty cheap.
Welcome to Mothership. We are joined today by Saphy Vong, aka Lafidki, founder of Chinabot Records, and we're also joined by Pisitakun. He's also on Chinabot label, independent artist, musician. Earl, Mike, Dion. Saphy's just you're on the end of your tour.
Yeah,
Asian tour.
Asian tour. For 2 months. So I was in the Philippines with Pisitakun in a festival, Wasak.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Japan, South Korea, China, then Bangkok. And going back home tonight.
Where did you play in China?
In China, it's Beijing, Shanghai, Wuhan, Hangzhou, and Shenzhen.
Oh, a lot, yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So that's why I'm a bit sick because the climate in Beijing was really different.
Was it cold by then? Yeah.
-8.
And it freezes early.
And I spent 5 days in Cambodia just before Bangkok. Just for
Siem Reap?
Siem Reap, Kep,
Nice.
and Phnom Penh. And just for also chilling a bit.
How different do you find it in like the different cities, like the music scenes or whatever your experience there in China specifically, I guess?
In China, I was really surprised because I played China 10 years ago, and now it's really more well organized. And more people are going to gigs, and more bands, and good sound system, and I was really surprised. And, but yeah, I mainly play like in club, but except in Wuhan, I play in Wuhan prison. It's like a bit similar venue. It's like also the oldest punk bar in China. And it was really good.
The word's getting out, the sound's coming in.
What?
The word's getting out in China?
Yeah, totally.
But you say you played a lot in clubs there. It's kind of weird that like clubs here, there's not many clubs that have experimental music here.
Yeah, but it's fair in China, people don't really care. They like everything. They just like. I was really surprised. Because maybe in South Korea it was more like divided. Just play in art space or sometimes club, but more for DJ set. And, that's harder to get people in South Korea. Japan, it was really mixed. Yeah.
In Seoul, when you were in Seoul?
In Seoul and Busan.
Busan, okay.
But I was on tour with a friend of mine, also from China, but he's South Korean from Seoul. But he lives in London. And he doesn't know so much the scene in Seoul. He was really happy to know more new actors.
Seoul is so.
Seoul, I don't know.
Yeah, I know too.
And you guys played together at Wasak?
In the Philippines.
How was that?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, a good mix of a lot of bands from Philippines, Indonesia, Taiwan. And,
more focus on like Southeast Asia.
And it's like mix of like performance art and sound
exhibition
and exhibition as well.
Gigs, play for club night.
Tell us a bit about Chinabot and How many years ago did you start it now?
Started in 2017 when I left Cambodia, and I wanted to make a label with like Cambodian artists in the beginning, but it was really hard. And I played a job, and I met Pisitakun almost at the same time, and we started been on tour in Cambodia. I was like, not to think about it. And yeah, just like contact like all the friends I met in mainly South Asia, and I made this compilation, and then I started to release like more Asian artists. And I moved to London. I started to organize more gigs with Chinabot, and yeah.
Do you feel like it was an area that's kind of lacking representation, like experimental Asian artists? Like, what was the...
Yeah, I mean, I live in Berlin, in Riga, in Paris. I struggle to find like more like Asian artists in the scene. And when I was on tour in Asia, I always met like so many great artists, but it's just a shame to do nothing. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Sorry, no, I was just going to say I'd imagine it's kind of tough breaking into that circle in Europe to get that sort of.
But it's getting better now. Like more festival invite like more Asian artists, especially like South Asia. So.
What are the plans for the record label for next year?
For next year, can we say
Yeah, it's okay.
we're going to release like Pisitakun new album in April. One Mongolian artist, another artist from China, and a new compilation. And maybe I'm going to take a little break because I want to focus on my music and a lot of events. Because I'm doing like a regular event at Cafe Auto in London every 2 months. It's a lot of work. And maybe no tour for me.
Tour next year, yeah.
Are you going to be working on the new album in London or in Cambodia?
I think I will come back many times in Cambodia because I also work on a new project like free dancer, traditional dancer, and yeah, my plan is to stay like 6 months in Cambodia, 6 months in Europe. We'll see.
Katie, you've just got a new EP out. It was really cool. I had a listen to them the last time when I was at the studio at your place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like for the EP that is piece kind of like it actually for this album I tried to do like 1 year already and just like the end of this time is like I just try to just release the EP first because we plan for like next year for the album. Yeah, it's like it's quite a long term like because start from the last album is like 2018. It's more than 1 year. Like
Yeah, I've heard that from so many people that recording will always take longer than you expect it to. That if you're gonna put it to print, that it's
it's like more the process for the shoot. What I mean like for the process for like what I think about like what I want the sound coming up for the next album is quite hard for me because like the first I don't have the idea what I want to do for the new album, and then like I just got like this the last month like I just got the idea like okay we do this kind of thing, and then I talked with Saphy for like can we release on the next year like.
What's the concept for the new album?
It's like they say it's called like a conference of the unfinished project. It's like the what they call the next name like COUP, COUP, and it's like I try to think because like I work is on this project for 1 year and it's never finished, and like I think it's like this kind of thing is like look like a conference when you try to talk about something, and I try to collect so many recording from the from each part of Thai, like each music, like Isan music or like a Southern music. Or
You were down south recently, weren't you?
yes, again.
You were down south. Thailand
Yeah,
recently.
yeah. I went there for the project, I go to collaborate with them, like, and then that's why I also collect like all the record and it's like that's why I try to find like what I interesting for the next album. It's more convenience, like not like focusing on like some kind of music, like I not focus on techno or some rave or something. I just like try to mix everything together. uh, yeah, that's why I say like a conference of the Unfinished project, right?
That the unifying theme is just sounds across Thailand. It's not what kind of sounds it is.
Yeah, it's all and it's this one I focus more like the concept behind is more like for this kind of movement, like social movement. Also, I try to mix a lot of things like for this kind, because I think now in Thailand is more getting what you call like active for like the knowledge or the political situation, something like that, and I want to make this album for talking about this situation, like.
Yeah, just last year was the first election in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, and like everyone getting
And one of the first ones when instant social media is really popular. I mean, before,
yeah.
like I remember like I watched it on the news before it went into my feed, like in 2014
Mm-hmm.
when the coup happened during the
Yeah,
when the city stopped, basically. I mean, it was starting to get a little.
like curfew, something like that.
Hmm.
And I think it's like that's why this project started, and talk a lot about that. Yeah, just last night also we talked about that. Yeah.
Do you think it's just in Thailand that it's like getting like that, or
I think now it's everywhere. Like I mean, now it's everyone very active for this kind of thing. It's especially in Southeast Asia also. Yeah, I think it's more. That's what was like really interesting to like make like this kind of connect with the Southeast Asia artists or Asian. Yeah, and the last time when I go to Wasak also is more like many artists from Southeast Asia, they play there, and then and they have the one section is called what they call it, like a kind of like a try to explain how with the many artists and do the one show or two show for like every artist is collaborate together. This was nice also. Oh, they call hack lab. Yeah. In the
workshop.
yeah, the workshop, and then they on the time that perform, they perform like group by group. It's more interesting, I think. And now it's like the music scene in Asia is like it's many pop up coming, like Indonesia also they have the many festival there, and I mean like for the experimental music, and Vietnam also. Yeah, many Malaysia, Singapore right now. Every time, everyone is just active for like this kind of thing.
yeah, actually, there's a noise festival, noise show tomorrow.
Yeah, the
Oh,
overstay.
Yeah.
12 hours. I think it's from like.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the overstay.
I was there.
Yeah, like
I have read the book.
Oh, I didn't know it's 12 hours.
Yeah, I think it starts like midday or starts at 1 or something.
Should be good.
oh yeah. Yeah, it's always nice like when you actually it's like if like a 24-hour would be nice. I have been do like a 73-hour, no, 72-hour, yeah, 3 day loop like this in the live house. It's funny.
That show was nice though. Like, it's weird because during that time, maybe I told you the story, but during that time, like I'm working at night, so I'm used to being awake at night. So I didn't go to the show until like pretty late, like 11 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
And I'm really awake because that's is normal for me. And then I watched like a few artists, and then Arcat played like an ambient set,
Yeah.
and it's really beautiful. He used like a lot of field recording, and it's usually he doesn't play that soft normally, but he played just like really chill, like really like gentle,
Yeah.
and like, and he played a long time, I think like an hour maybe, and then he was like in like a drone loop, and he just left it, and he got up and he like walked away with the like not the drone going, and so peaceful. And then I like turned around and everybody's sleeping. I was like, oh shit! I was like, I'm the only one awake.
You're the last
in
one
the
up.
room.
You're the audience. Yeah.
But it was really nice. And then the drone went on for like 3 hours, like while people were asleep. It just left it like locked for 3 hours.
Like a Woodstock, you're the one cigarette in the distance. They're playing for you.
But it was nice. I really enjoyed that show a lot. It was good. I wish there was more like experimentation with format like that, where you like just change the format of like how you do a show or something, or presentation as well is another one that's like bothering me. Like everybody, when they're giving some kind of like formal presentation, it's so structured the way we do things that it's become like a bit boring.
Yeah.
You don't see much. Like you see a lot of experimentation in like art focused like fields, like in sound or painting or something, but you don't see much experimentation in other areas of life, you know.
And how it's organized, you mean? Or?
Yeah, and anything like for example, people don't experiment much with the way they live. Like maybe their space at home.
Yeah.
People kind of just stick to a format of like, I'm gonna put my couch here and put a table here. It's
right, yeah,
everything,
yeah,
like every aspect of life
Yeah.
can be experimented with, not just sound.
I hadn't really thought about that about interior design.
It's like a sleeping
There are a lot
sound.
of rules that you end up following, whether you know it or not. Have your kitchen.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a
Open
bad
and
example
have,
because
like, a table.
it comes out of like convenience.
Practical
Yeah.
sort of thing, but no, I mean it.
But why not?
Also, just like you can just move stuff around. It's your home. No one's saying you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for everything that you.
It's almost like we have a
when
picture.
you'll experiment, like
like a picture of a house in our mind
Right.
that we're like, oh, this is how you.
we're trying to
make a
match
house.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be interested to see people like trying to break other formats as well. You know.
Because that time is like I just like try to make like the thing like, because in Thai we have this kind of when you have the party as a like some festival, they go to the loop like this like until the end of the night, and then like you go to the temple and temple festival. I mean like before in the countryside they do this like until the midnight until like morning. And then they start again, like circle like 3 days something. I think it's but and I like the section of that is really quite interesting. Like they will start from first of all like if you film the cinema, and then like they show the screen like from action, and then like go to drama, and then like the last is a porn movie. And like it's like but actually it's like in the temple in the temple area, you know, and they show the porn movie, and it was like because they think like the period of people like first will be like more younger, and then like in the end will be like just only owner like the old man like, watching a porn movie. But it's kind of circle like this. It's not about the religion, but it's about like how the
temple's just the community center. The temple's just the biggest parking lot that they have.
Yeah, and that's why it's like this event that what you go is like the one that I organize like more. I try to think like it's on the night maybe it's good because everyone will be sleep with the ambient like and yeah, that's why this kind of circle not need to wake up all the time like to see like I mean for example like if you go to festival they have the line up to like really fix like but like with they fix with like oh this good music or something, and you can go to see all night. But this one is like I want to just like relax, like sleep. You can sleep here.
Uh,
Yeah, and then, like,
or what if you like, if you had like a really big space, I guess you would need a lot, like a big setup. You'd need like a big mixing board, but you just set up everybody's instruments in one space, and then there's no schedule. Like people can just like walk in and play,
Walk in or
Yeah.
walk
and
out.
like people can walk in and play together.
Mm.
I'm sure people have tried that. I wonder how it works.
Mm.
That would be cool.
I've seen that at Ashkenaz. It's a place in Berkeley. They've got it's like the stage is about as big as the communes. It's got a big stage there, and yeah. So that's the main thing, that it's you got to have everybody hooked up.
It takes a lot of space, a lot of setup.
Exactly. You have make sure none of the wires are crossed. That you can just set it down. That anybody can. You want to be playing with your own instrument, but that you can just set it down, go get a drink, leave the room, and come back, and that it's still there where you left it. You know. And that you don't have to. Well, you don't have to warm up again. That you don't have to check the levels again once you retune when you set it down.
Yeah.
Certain instruments are better for that than others. You don't have to tune a MIDI keyboard or anything.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
No, not a MIDI keyboard. No. But like oscillators and stuff.
Yeah.
You have to tune. Yeah, it becomes weird when like electronic artists try to play together, and the oscillators like drift. They change tuning. So I guess guitars do that as well, but I think oscillators are prone to do that.
KD, what if you got a plan for Neighbours for 2020? I forgot to say you also do Neighbours Collective. I'm very bad at doing
Plugs.
introductions.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we like me and my like two members right now is we do from the last year. It's like we focus on like invite the artists to come, and like we have like live stream also. But for the next year, like we try to focus on like collaborate with like some festival. That's what's like we talk later, because now it's not confirmed yet. Like we will have the new coming from the Berlin and something like that.
Cool.
And we try to focus on the festival in Yasothon also. Is funny, like the what they call that one, Rocket Festival.
Oh yeah.
Rocket Festival. Like we want to bring some artists or do some like
Nice.
joy with the jam with that
Good
festival.
idea, because they already have music. Like
Yeah.
they already people play music all the time.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like
Uh,
and it was like it's because like we went there this year with Gabber Sopandi, and we I because like they have like a 40 state in the 3 kilometer
40.
state, and like the subwoofer is like a 2 meter full pack of the state, like, and they and like everyone is start like playing music tum tum tum, or like non-stop, and it's like get a new experience for me, like because when you see like the event, everyone have to be like like separate the sound, different state, but this one like they put like as much as possible. And it was like so crazy, like they do that for like 2 nights, like I mean like 3 days 2 nights, and then like I think it's like they just enjoy the festival, not like
Not too serious about it. Like they're not thinking like seriously. Like it should be like this. Like,
in the northeast is people love to dance. I mean, and like like the young generation, they go to the in front of the subwoofer and dancing. Fuck. It's I feel this kind of thing I want to present for the I don't know it's new, but like I feel like it's the how to listening music in the Southeast Asia, because it's like this kind of culture is a lot in Philippines also. They have this culture they call Kopo. Oh no, not they call po dot something like, and in Indonesia also they call Kopo, like this kind of mixing like European dance or something like. Yeah, it's really nice. That's the next year we try to focus on this, and we try to like if someone want to join or something, we do together like maybe we lend some like the tuck like the tuck like speaker tuck and then like we play on the tuck and like because like at that festival they have for sure they have stage and they have the tuck also they moving like hey one wow crazy man.
You just have like a circle of trucks that just drive like this, like
In formation in a motorcade, yeah.
Yeah, it's like they start from there and then like they until the end, and it's more I feel it's really. I mean like I'm not sure it's a good or not, but I feel this kind of vibe is like really new generation from the northeast or like the roots of I don't know like, but I really interesting in this way. I mean like when you see like the African dancing like kind of like on the street or something like it's more like they are full energy actually, but when we talk about the music experimental music or the music scene, it's more like this kind of thing is like they don't care about it. That's why I think I want to bring this one to the for me it's news for me.
Where was that Rocket Festival? That one.
In May 2nd of May. No May 2nd week of May.
But where is that one? Because I know there's Rocket Festivals everywhere.
In Yasothon, northeast.
In
they call it Yasothon.
Yasothon.
Yasothon is really the big festival in for the Rocket Festival. Because normally they do that for arcing the lane from the gods like.
Yeah.
And they do like all of the northeast. They do every village they have that. But first start is come from Yasothon. I mean like the start of that festival is from Yasothon.
I went I guess it was this year. I went to like Yunnan, like kind of tracing the origins of the rocket festivals here, because they do it in Laos as well.
Yeah.
And it's very similar. Like I don't know the one I've only been to one in Laos, but they didn't have a stage. It was more like every tent they have like a tent for every village.
Yeah.
And with their rocket in the tent, and but inside the tent everybody just plays music and like gets drunk and like it's like a big party and so then we went to Yunnan to like kind of like trace the origin of this rocket festival. So we went to like an old town where they're still making the rockets by hand, and we went to a rocket festival there, and it was completely different because like kind of the tradition of like the way they do it is the same, but the young generation like didn't fucking care at all. Like everybody, they have a stage for like dancing and singing presentation. Then they have like a big tent area for like sitting and eating, and they have a market. And everybody just stay under the tent because it's hot, and like nobody wants to go out to see the rockets. Like so, there's just a group of like 10 really old men like, lighting the rockets, and everybody else is just like
gunpowder ho hum
ignoring. I was really shocked. I was like, oh wow, they already like don't really care much about it. But it's just because maybe it evolved in a different way, you know. It has like, I mean, the festivals here also have like other meanings inside them that like people. One way to make merit is to like buy a rocket and shoot it off. Like maybe your friend died or something, or like something bad happened in your life. You want the good karma. You can like make a rocket or buy a rocket and maybe dedicate it to someone or something.
Because like I'm also scared with that way. Also like when the young generation they don't care about this kind of stuff. It's like when I go there, like when I go this year, I went there and like some of my friends is from Yasothon. I just meet them, and then like he said, "Oh, this festival is like is too loud and too boring. Like everyone like getting drunk and dancing with the shit music, something. Like I know this kind of perspectives come from like the capital, like like because they come to friend of mine study in Bangkok, but he live in Yasothon, and it's just like everyone they say like it's too loud. It's like I mean like the cool kid is like more like don't want to see
To
it. It's like
feel above it. Yeah.
and then like I feel like no, I think it's fucking cool, man. It's actually it's like it's a cool one in your culture. Actually, it's like why not like try to showing up like a proud to be like this kind of festival. And that's why like when you say about like at the local festival that like the young generation they don't do that. I mean like for the local there like the young generation in the that born from that area they are proud. It's like they're dancing there. But for the but when the thing is come from outside, it's more like look down with them, and I don't want that thing. Like I want them to like yeah, it's the music is so good. Like they are they are improvise the music. They mix a lot of music.
You just have to play EDM, and then all the kids will come from the city.
Yeah, I mean like yeah, it's like it's I feel really strange like when this kind of I talk with this conversation. I feel like yeah maybe it's like they don't know how to like represent this kind of thing like into the for me it's really new, quite new for me because they are way I mean like for example like if you in Bangkok it's more people more like go to the event for the techno house something right? It's like dancing like yeah cool but like over there it's like everyone dance like crazy and the old guy also dance with the beats of house also sometimes they mix a lot of things.
Yeah, and they don't care.
Yeah, and
Nice.
what I feel like when you ask question about the like in Bangkok it's more separate right like the dance music or the experimental or some kind of this.
Yeah, like the clubs, like not
Capsulized.
really.
Yeah, but in China everything is mixed also
Yeah.
like you can and I feel that thing in Yasothon they mix all of things like they don't care what the fuck what you're doing but just can dance or make me fun happy like they enjoy it like
Yeah, I think you could do something really like something they've never seen before, and they're gonna be open to it as well. Like I think you could do what's an example, like a laser show or something. Maybe they never had laser show, but of course they're probably just gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna think like, oh, what is this like weird thing?
Bring judgment into it. Yeah, I wondered like about like how now everybody has things personalized for them that you can watch whatever you want no matter like how niche or specific. You can listen to what you want. And how many events are like how many things are really truly universal that you can go to that you can go to the fair and the festival and party with everybody like old or young, like no matter who's in town or not, just
yeah I think that's one is important.
Yeah, that could be part of a problem too. Like everything is so personalized that people are like quick to judge something that they're not used to listening to, or they don't want to, or used to experiencing. Not sure.
I reckon it's probably like a big class thing as well.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's it. Gotta be.
How about Cambodia right now? I want to ask also like because I think is Cambodia is more like so many music like this and
It's like
because you use like many samples from the
But you talk about this kind of music mixing like weird 90s and traditional Cambodia is like backslide, but it's weird because like just people from the countryside dance and listen to this kind of music, and it's the same like in the big city they don't want to go to this kind of party. It's just like big sound system in the street, they just like dance like crazy, but so it's similar when because they don't have money. When you want to organize your wedding, you just put a big tent in the street, and play loud music, but the police don't care because it's your day. So you
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
It's when,
like,
yeah, that's
they
how
use-
it is in Laos. Yeah.
So everybody also kind of like loud and noisy music, you know.
Yeah.
the traffic and stuff.
Yeah, they use like the horn speaker. That is
Yeah.
really fucking noise. Like. So I was like, and like because you will work with like some dance, like
Yeah, but I just met a dancer like 2 days ago. It's
Mm.
like, but yeah, it's like free dancer, classical dancer, the Apsara dancer, but they try to to work for like women rights as well. So they change a bit the traditional side with like something more contemporary, but it's a bit taboo in Cambodia, so they're now a bit banned from some places. They're not allowed to play because maybe too kind of sexy or I don't know. And they contact me and just like they couldn't find anybody for helping for the music, and I want to do something with them because
This was a Cambodian dancer.
yeah, free dancer, yeah, and they have a venue in Siem Reap, and they're trying to bring more artists as well, and they struggle. They say like, yeah, Cambodia is very complicated, and yeah, young people just like K-pop or reggae and OGM.
You still have a venue in Phnom Penh?
No more.
oh, really?
Not me.
Oh
My
yeah,
venue,
you
my
are
venue.
okay.
Yeah, no more.
But they have one. They have like some I know that like more experimental also. Right? What the last one that we went to?
Meta House.
Meta House.
It's more like kind of art space, but with like German class. But Nico is really open-minded to do a lot of experimental music, but nobody cares. It's hard to do. But now I'm also happy about the new generation into like metal punk thing, who is really into this DIY thing. They just like did a fundraising for opening a new like DIY space. It's like a record store and organized gig and for touring bands and do like 6 screen thing. Just like want to introduce more like underground culture to the young people. That's cool. And also try to experiment more with like some electronic artists, but they're more from this punk hardcore scene, so it's still like starting it. But I think they have fun now. So.
Right. You're like, you're also working with a lot of like the more minority ethnic groups in Cambodia as well, from music-wise. Like trying to incorporate that into. Is it like, is that for your new album or like?
It
just
was
work
like
with them?
2 years ago. It was like it was with the help of Julian, so a friend of mine from France. He's an ethnomusicologist, and he did a lot of recording from indigenous tribe. I wanted to do this EP about that, but because now it's like a bit like Laos. We're building a lot of dams, and all these people are struggling to survive, and nobody cares about. And we
The water level's rising. They're getting flooded out of their homes.
Mm.
And somebody, the dams are breaking. That was a legitimate disaster. I was wondering, this might sound tangential. I was wondering if there's a skateboard scene in Siem Reap. I know in Phnom Penh I've seen it around, and it's like we were talking about punk and hardcore, but that kind of goes hand in hand with like the just like in California, just the whole lifestyle, like what you do and like becomes what you listen to.
But I think when you played in Siem Reap last time, it was like a art gallery and also like a skate.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay. So there
skate
is.
shop.
It's more like space, more flexible. Like it can be like changing expression or the music. Like I think it's like the kind of like the DIY scene, like with the punk or something. It's very useful for like Southeast Asia also. It's more like it's from the root, like It's not like you have to pay music with like a lot of money. Like
It's such a shame, like about music, Cambodia, for the new generation, it's still like I don't know, lacking some like filmmaker or contemporary artists like are growing up. There's a lot of people are doing experimenting like visual stuff, but not with sound. Oh, they're still a bit divided. I don't know. The filmmaker, the contemporary artist don't want to be.
Don't try to.
Yeah, it's-
That just means
yeah.
it's fertile ground. Someone's got to score their
Yeah.
films. Yeah.
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 It's weird. I think it's
could be cheaper.
yeah. Because now everyone is separate. Right?
Yeah. But I think if like there's like kind of a festival like Wasak, just like could be connected to everybody and just experimenting together. Maybe I don't know.
I think it's like when I will one like from Uganda. The I mean early of this year I went to CTM for play the festival, right? And then like I met one artist like from Uganda, from Tanzania. Now he's really famous. Like but then like I asked like how he make music, because like I think when we talk about like music is we think like something really expensive like DJ or some kind of like really synthesizer or something. But he just play like a really normal laptop, and we like just open the normal software, and it's like wow, it's so good. Like the music is super good. Like and then I really fucking think about like fuck, why we not think about like it's like everyone can make the music. Like it's not like only one that can buy the tool. It's
Right,
just
back to
can
basics.
be, yeah, it's back to basics. And then like I ask like how you mastering or how you mix. They said they go to the bus, like the car, the bus, because like they have the full sound system in the bus, right? And then they open the music in the bus, and it's like oh fuck, it's you don't need like a good monitor to like good listening. You just like use a USB and then like open on the bus, and like the sound is so perfect. Like and I think this kind of thing is like is really DIY, and like it can fit with like our culture also, because they are Uganda in Uganda, and now it's more coming up with the African scene there. Yeah, I think it's very interesting right now to see this. NASA. Yeah, they have a festival, Yeke also. Yeke festival. Yeah, thanks. And how about you? Can I ask you about like what you think about like the music scene in Bangkok? Like because you're owner of Jam, and how long were you open here?
7 years.
What do you think about that?
Well, I don't really like getting asked questions about the scene because I don't get out very much, to be honest.
Full-time job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I'm not really the most informed person about it. I mean, I see stuff here, obviously, but outside of that, I'm pretty clueless of what's really going on. I mean, I know just a little bit, but yeah. So I don't really.
But I think it's like it's actually Jam is like mix also, right?
Yeah.
It's many kind of music. It's like don't have a boundary to like what's kind of music that you're especially in from Jam. Like everything is mixed, right?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm not interested in just doing like one genre. I'm not really interested in like. I'm just not interested in genres at all as well. Like, and things being. I guess it's the easiest way to classify. I guess sounds or whatever, and that I guess that makes sense. But at the same time, it's like it's also
By
not
tempo, by
not that
instrument, yeah.
accurate as well. Like, and I mean, I wouldn't say we're open to everything. Yeah. Either. Yeah. I don't know.
EDM.
No.
Yeah,
no
that's
EDM.
true. It's like why do we use like classification to begin with? It's mainly
I mean,
so
it
we
def-
can like
it definitely
have a
makes it
starting point
easier,
of, like to
but-
discuss like I don't know. It's weird. yeah, it's like when you're telling somebody about a show, you kind of feel like obligated to like explain to them like
Yeah.
what it's like, what's the experience, so they have some picture in their mind or something. But I guess that's why we do it.
How you can expect people to dance. I mean, like the difference
yeah.
between glam rock and grunge, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about the sound, it's who you expect to meet, too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or how the atmosphere is gonna be. It's a shame that it's like that though. That you that like certain styles of music have that like connotation connected to them. Like you expect some certain
Like
atmosphere.
attracting a personality
Yeah.
type as opposed to.
That's a bit weird.
Because like Saphy also is organized many gigs in London, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how about there, like
Yeah. Is
how
it like?
was happening?
Is
How you
it?
promote or something?
It's like London it's hard because you need to pay a lot of things
So
and
expensive.
yeah, and I mean it's weird because in the beginning nobody cared. It's just like a struggle to find a venue, and now we really want to work with me. But at the same time, I don't know. A lot of venue seems like just like greedy, just like if you can pay, so you can organize gig.
Mm.
So it's like
Pay to play.
yeah, pay the price, plus the sound guy, plus the band, plus the everything. And but now it's getting better because people are really interested to come to our show, and I'm really surprised because even more like more Asian people are coming to the gigs. Like in the beginning it was just 10% and more, and now it's like almost like 60%. And
Young kids?
yeah,
I hear like a lot of people just go to school in London, so that's
yeah, yeah, a lot of Chinese students. I know. But yeah, I still want to promote gigs in London and try to bring more artists from South Asia. I work with Cafe Auto now, and the good thing is that they give me a budget, so it's easier to go big without risk. I mean.
The artists that you've got on your label Chinabot, how is there some? What's your sort of selection criteria? How do you pick these artists or?
Oh, it's a lot of people I met already. Like if you had like a good connection or just like a strong, I don't know, idea about what you want to do, or I don't have a specific like.
Is it all people you met personally or
mainly? Yeah.
Sometimes online as well.
Sometimes online as well, but it's harder to spend time online to check to find some stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm mainly on tour. I discover a lot of bands on tour. It's like you just talk and just usually maybe like I start with like a compilation, just ask for one track, then just yeah. Also a lot of artists that just send me like demo. Like going to release an artist from Shanghai, and she sent me like I didn't know her, but she sent me like 40 tracks. I was like, I don't
40
know.
Thank
If
you.
I'm going to release 40 tracks,
Yeah.
all 2 seconds.
But, you can choose it. It's okay.
It kind of sounds like being a book publisher, where
Yeah.
like if you get offered like these books, and they must have poured their heart into it, but you can't read. You can't expect to read all of them from everybody. In the same way that, especially if you're traveling and organizing these shows, like you're gonna have less and less time.
Yeah.
You've got maybe you've got the airplane rides, but then after that, it's
And you need
downtime.
a lot of time to listen to all the tracks.
And how do you release? You just release on Bandcamp or?
Especially in the beginning, like a lot of tapes, vinyl, but it's really expensive, so I just released to vinyl. Second, we're thinking about a new format, but probably USB is easy, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a great format.
Yeah.
It's like the modern CD in a way.
Yeah.
Nobody has like CD reader even. In
Yeah,
in
that the
their
laptops come without the what are they called? The portable ones. The
Oh, I don't know. Oh, the Walkman.
No. The laptops that don't even have like
Oh yeah, they don't have a CD.
a
player.
CD
yeah.
drive. They
My
barely have a
laptop
standard. They don't
doesn't
even
have
have a solid state
like-
hard drive. That it's like
Yeah.
the same
Yeah, so
type of
maybe-
storage that's used in
Yes.
phones
Mm.
and iPods.
But in Japan, they still buy CDs a lot.
Yeah.
It's still like really
Good idea.
strong,
Mm.
really strong format.
And tape also.
Tapes as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's right.
Yeah, in the States, a lot of people use tape now.
Well, I think that's also tied to, like you were saying about the bus. It's like how your best sound system is going to be in your car,
Well, yeah, actually.
unless that's your profession, or unless you've invested quite a bit into having these sweet speakers,
Yeah,
the biggest
I
and
mean,
the
like,
loudest.
a car is
It's
good.
going to be in your car.
It's good to test in a car regardless. Even if you have like a professional studio, it's like a pretty good idea to test in a car because that's where a lot of people might play your music, and so cars are tuned, like their stereos are tuned to like certain frequencies.
And there's surround already, you know.
Yeah,
Mm.
and they have to
Kind of
the
like a little
subwoofer
chamber.
for-
It's an
yeah,
acoustic
yeah.
sort of.
I think some people in Vietnam are gonna gig in a car. And the band playing in front of the car, you go inside the car and just listen to it.
Would be a really neat idea. You know how like they make these sports cars that are like crafted to go especially fast or to have like good turning to drift. I wonder if like a car by Dre, you know, like a car that's specifically designed to just pump out the beats. Sure, you can ride it, and sure you can get from A to B.
No, they
But
definitely have that. I mean, it like.
Yeah, sure.
they're
but
like,
those are those
it's a
are
competition.
those are like custom
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
they
you mean,
definitely have competitions.
Oh, you
to-
mean like a commercial
right.
product, like it's already like released like that.
No.
Actually, yeah, I'm surprised they don't have that. Like a car that's just like 10-inch subs in the back, but it comes out.
Be a
it
pretty
comes,
good
like,
investment
it
if you're
comes out
doing
of the-
garage
out of the
rock, you
factory
know.
like that.
Yeah, man, forget the Cybertruck. Okay, get the truck with it all already built in.
Hmm.
I'm so sick of that thing coming up in my Facebook feed.
Oh,
Constantly coming up. Saphy, you were here in Bangkok in
April.
was it October?
April.
April? Wasn't that long ago?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it
I
could be, doesn't
I
it?
flew from London to Bangkok in October, and then I flew to Manila, but I just stayed 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
So, just
Yeah,
just in
yeah,
April.
You were like looking for the place because Saphy was you were born in a refugee camp in Thailand. Yeah.
Yeah, just because in April I just lost my mom, and I decided to go back to the place where I was born. It was in a refugee camp at the border, Panatnikon.
Mm.
And it was really hard to find it because just like
oh yeah, it's up and it's through the mountains by.
yeah, and finally it was not in like the main town, but a bit far from.
The roads get all muddy.
Yeah, it's like now like just a military base.
Hmm.
So it was hard to communicate with the soldier because I didn't speak Thai, and but I managed to go a bit inside, but just in a yard, and but I just wanted to feel it. But it's weird because I don't know. I was born in a refugee camp. It was like for protecting people. I mean, from the war. But now we are prepared for the war. It's like, I don't- That's nice.
How long did you live there for?
Oh, just 3 months.
Right. And then you grew up in Cambodia or France after that?
We moved to France and also come back many times Cambodia. Give a couple of years, come back. I still got the double citizenship, so my future plan is to stay like a bit in Cambodia and a bit in Europe.
Oh, nice. Okay. I was wondering about that. That must make it a lot easier to organize gigs in London and Europe. Well, Rana, any thoughts on Brexit?
Well,
It's a hot topic. I also
just
kind of
the things like, I just going back now in the election like last week. So yeah, it's hot time. I think I need to register for a lot of things. And I think my girlfriend is British. It's like, we don't know if we want to stay. I don't know exactly what.
We have it.
Yeah.
Go to Marseille, man.
Yeah. We're also thinking about moving to the south of France, but I'm also tired of expensive rent.
Yeah, that's nice. If she's into it, I'm sure she'd like to
But
establish residence in Europe before they stop allowing the British in, you know?
Yeah.
The other way around. They think they're getting the good deal by leaving.
But I still enjoy London. I met so many people and I got so many opportunities for things. It's hard where I start Chinabot and made me easier. Let's see.
Are you still doing the Neighbours podcast as well?
Yeah, also, but we will start next year. This year, quite. I'm work so many work right now. That's why I say it's hard to focus on the podcast and.
Sure.
busy.
What are you working on? Like
now it's like a
album,
new album for sure. Like a exhibition also.
In Bangkok.
With new project in Bangkok, but it's not like but it's not an exhibition like not the in gallery. I have the project for the like application something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, to submit to like.
Like the killing zone like.
Okay.
Talk about that. Yeah, and then like a lot of work for that.
What's the new exhibition about? Like, what's the?
It's not the exhibition. It's like a project for talk about the killing zone when 2010 in Thailand in Bangkok, right? Make application or I research for so many documents for this, like, and the music.
But it's going to be output. It's going to be like an application.
Yeah, application or website. Now I still think about like how I can, because I'm not sure like which one is easy to get banned, you know, because like application maybe it can like they can close it really easily. The website maybe more.
Is it you working on this by yourself, or with like a?
Yeah, I will work with some people. Now. Yeah, a bit on process. Not finished yet. I cannot say anything right now.
Yeah, I guess it is. It could be easy to block an application.
Yeah.
It depends on how it's installed. Like, I guess you can, if you download the application from a website, I don't think there's a way to block it.
Oh yeah.
But you can also have like a web app as well. You can have like app that opens inside the browser.
I have to searching more for that thing. The new album is like coming up soon.
Yeah.
For that.
Which bus are you mastering it in?
Say
Which bus?
But it's really important. I think it's like when like because like before I never mix all my swing by myself. Like they just ask them someone to do that. But like at this EP, I try to mastering and mix also. But for sure, I ask someone also do it. But I try. I think it's like it's good to be like a different speaker And when like in the car it's so good, the speaker, you can know like the bass or they separate like, and it's like make you clearly like what you want to put it more.
You should like set up a studio inside a car where you're like sitting. You have to keep everything the same, like the structure of the car, because it'll change the sound. You keep the seats like in the same place, but you just make some like shelf that you can like put your laptop inside.
Maybe like in the future I will use my girlfriend car to do that. Changing the stuff. Because I think it's like if the studio if you use a lot of money to build that kind of
just for the sound conditioning and stuff.
It's like everything is have to buy, but in the car it's more easy.
You can do a DIY too, like Koichi just start producing the sound absorbers.
That's what they ship, but the kind of speaker is like subwoofer. And I don't have like the knowledge for the sound engineer actually. So that's why I try to learn more for. See. I think it's like, but I don't know like in Thai like how like in Cambodia also how they do like the mix and master like.
There are some recording studio, but it's mainly for people.
I think that's one is very important. Like when they think about like how to record or it's very expensive in Thai, right? Very expensive. In Indonesia, it's quite cheaper. Like,
to rent studio time. Is that more like an apprenticeship type deal if you're becoming an engineer? Like it's not like movies where there's like you go to school but like to learn the techniques, but like it's more about like meeting people who are also making movies. Like what's it like for sound engineering? What's the entry level there, you know?
Yeah, I think it's similar. Like, it is kind of apprenticeship, but it's also like, you just, you like interning or something where you just kind of offer your time to help in trade to like learn from somebody and spend time in the studio, like watching how they do things.
But it's hard, man. It's so hard. It's very hard to understand. Like, if you don't know, like, it's the hurt or something.
I think you have to study as well. Even you don't go to school, you have to study. Like, you have to read about it. You know, you got to learn. Like, I mean, you can learn without studying, but it's gonna take a long time.
That's the impression I got. That I mean, you can edit a film without much experience or knowledge of principles, and still do an okay enough job if you have like basic, media literacy. But I'd imagine like mastering an album is like a whole different ballgame. And in my mind, that it would take a lot more expertise.
You can learn yourself so easy now.
Yeah, like tutorials, YouTube tutorials.
We need to do that workshop for RAC-VCV. That's another thing. Like, I guess you guys all know about it. It's kind of weird to tell you about this, but I'll tell it for the podcast. But like RAC-VCV, it came out like 2 years ago. Maybe you don't know. It's free and open source software, but it's virtual modular. So it looks like modular with like cables and knobs and stuff, but it's completely free and open source. So there's constantly people developing like new modules for it, and then
based off real life machines.
So some of them are even like copies of real hardware. Like Erica Synths has like,
which is nice, so you can try before you buy.
You can try if you are into try certain modules before you buy them, or if you don't have money, you can learn modular completely for free, and it's really deep now. Like it's been released for about 2 years, but I think the beta maybe a little bit less than 1 year, or the official release or whatever after the beta. but now there's like over 1,000 different modules in there that are free, and the developers, people that make module, they also have the choice to like charge, like if they want to charge for their modules like $5 or $10, they can, but most people just make it free anyway. That's like basically how I learned like every, like I mean I bought like originally like an analog synth, and that's how I start to learn synthesis, but once I start using Rack VCV, I like learned so much more just from that.
For your performance last night, you were using like a combination of that as well as like some actual modular bits.
Yeah, I mix like the VCV, the software with the hardware, because like I tried using only VCV, Rack VCV for live a few times, but it's not very efficient. So my laptop is like
it's chugging.
It's chugging, or I had to like really slim down the patch, like make it very minimal to get it to work on the laptop for live. But now I start using like hardware, like a sound source from hardware, like the oscillator is the hardware, and then I'm using Rack VCV for modulation, just for like sequencing and just like LFOs and like, because that's a lot like easier on the CPU, and you can you because you don't have to buy it, you can make really complex modulation, and like you can do a lot of, you can go deep with it, you can like you can have like complex modulation and have like different kind of branches of modulation and just like switch between them if you want to, and like you can also start to like matrix, like mixing different types of modulation together. It's really freeing, actually.
A lot less wires too.
A lot less wires, just virtual wires, and but it's great that it's free and anybody can learn from it. Now there's lots of tutorials online and stuff as well, so basically anybody can learn modular for free. But we should do workshops soon.
Yeah, we should. Because like many knowledge, like we really want to like in the new generation, they don't. I think it's funny for them to use the kind of tool and don't need to pay anything. It's really cool. Because because when the music is getting like you have the sound card that's for free also, or something, like if you pay it's also not much, and like I think it's like the new generation, they want to exploit more, but like the knowledge is more where no one want to share. I mean, like I really want to find somehow to like getting everyone sharing this kind of knowledge. Because like they
Difficult
almost
to
they want
collaborate.
that.
They wanna.
Yeah, they want to do the music. Many of young generation, they want to do music a lot, like produce some music.
Be their own,
Because like normally they pay
write,
DJ,
perform, and produce. They want the whole package.
Was it Karim telling us that somebody was telling us that like the most recent Madlib, you know Madlib? He's a hip hop producer, like really well known hip hop producer, but he's saying like
I met him in Seoul. He was the promoter of the show.
Oh, you met him where?
In Seoul.
In Seoul?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He booked the show for us.
Nice. Yeah, he does a lot of touring in Asia.
Okay.
But apparently like his like most recent album, he just produced everything on laptop or on iPad. And he's very like high level, real well respected producer, but now he just like I can just do
Albar's
it.
done that. Yeah, Damon Albarn did it. I think Beck does that too. Just I don't think the studio ones, but personally, like when you're touring, you're on planes like forever. You're not just on planes. You're in airports. You're in cabs. I mean,
that probably has something to do with it. Yeah.
I mean that's also just like I'd imagine the difference between having it on your laptop or having it on an iPad is just like a complete other level of how easy how much less setup time there is, like to be able to do it like actually in a cab, or just any time that you're waiting that you can do 2-3 minutes of work on it, like when you think of something. that you don't have to jot down notes. You can just like take it out of your bag, put it in, and then put it back at a coffee shop, anywhere.
Fun.
Yeah, I wonder if that would like influence your, like if you were doing, say, like music or even drawing and stuff. I wonder if like just the environment that you're doing it in will like change like the style of like work that you do just by being in like different locations while you're working on it. I wonder if it like has an effect on what comes out.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
That's why I really love music. Like because like before like when you talk about music, it's like we have to buy instrument and like get bored for that. Like oh fuck, it's expensive. But now it's like everyone can be the same. Like the sound mostly the same. I mean like you pay from laptop or pay from the analog. Now it's like quite small different. Just, yeah. And then like everyone can do it like. And we can got a new thing coming up very easily, like quickly. It's really nice, yeah.
Used to be making it was the difficult part. Now it's getting the word out, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still have to wait for inspiration to strike. Oh, speaking of equipment, like anywhere that you were particularly a venue that you were particularly impressed by while you're on the tour.
Probably the last gig in China was in Shenzhen. You know, Shenzhen.
Mm-hmm. Across from Hong Kong.
Yeah. Also famous for.
What's Shenzhen like? I went there
like
very long ago.
Like technologies, like
Oh yeah.
It's like crazy, like a lot of skyscraper, like animation everywhere, just like.
And there's a ton of investment going into
Yeah,
it too.
we can build everything like quickly, make like a fake version of everything, and it's just like, yeah. And the sound system was like massive, and in the entrance of the venue was like big screen with animation of the flyer stuff. It was like, and also the crowd was like really mixed from a lot of people, and it was crazy as well. And but my favorite show, I think, was in Forest Limit in Tokyo. It was like a Wednesday night, you know. It was a really small, like.
I think it's about it's like
smaller than Jam, like and
yeah, Tokyo real estate.
this one was really crazy and really enjoyed.
What was the name of the venue?
Forest Limit.
Forest Limit?
Yeah, in Shibuya.
Yeah,
Is it a new venue or?
No, it's really. I think it's
like
almost
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah. It's quite.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
kind. It
The
sounds like a
speaker
bit like
also
secret
nice,
and.
yeah.
But
It's like
everybody
you
knows
have to
this
go
venue.
to the basement.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
When's the last time
My
you went?
favorite. Oh yeah, I haven't been there for like. Well, I mean, like 6 years ago that I was living there.
Yeah.
I've been back a couple times, but my favorite venue there like closed a number of years ago, like Super Deluxe. Do you know?
yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good place, and they had a lot of like. It's simple. It's all one room, but it's like quite big. They have a lot of space, so it's good for sound.
Yeah. I just heard from the guy that's played last night in Jam. Like he said, like they closed.
Yeah, that's a shame. I don't know why. It seemed like. I mean, I thought they were doing okay. It's hard, of course.
I mean, the lending. Bad.
The rent is probably expensive.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Getting
Especially
more
it's in Roppongi. It's like quite expensive.
It's like a bank art also. They just like move out.
A promoter in Japan struggle. It's too expensive and.
It seemed like with
And it also sorry.
it seems like with a lot of things, not just events, but also like if you wanted to start a business or something, it seemed like the biggest expense actually is rent. You know, like no matter what you're doing, it's like always like paying for a space is it's hard.
It's harder.
Buy a car.
Yeah, it's better actually.
Hire a studio car.
Yeah, studio car.
The van, yeah.
Or the truck, right?
Yeah.
Venue capacity is like 12 people for a minivan.
I wonder what's the biggest van you could
That's
get
the high
like.
definition with the tiny little middle seats. 2 middle seats.
I guess it'd be like one of those big like freight trucks is the biggest space you could get in a vehicle.
What's in between like an 18-wheeler? What's
Yeah, I don't know.
we can split the difference on that, right?
Yeah, right. Get like a moving van.
Yeah. Go to the beach or something. With the 1 gig.
Not quite as fancy as a tour bus, but
It's like 1 hour, 2 hour, just one set, and then go to another place.
That's another thing I don't see happening here is, well, not much, a little bit, but like kind of like guerrilla concerts, like playing outdoor, just like taking a small rig and setting up somewhere. Like you can do that quite easily now because you can buy like the big portable batteries. Like it's not super cheap, but it's not too expensive, you know. And we have the ability to do stuff like that.
Just check it yesterday.
Yeah, I just checked it yesterday. I want to do that. I go, it's really cheap right now.
Yeah, it's like maybe $200 in US.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Maybe like we have to exercise outside from the venue also sometime.
Yeah, stretch your legs, get out of like
Yeah.
get out of boxes. I always really wanted to like set up shows like under overpasses, like under a bridge, because you get like some reverb and you can keep the sound a little bit, so you don't need as much power.
Don't have to worry about the rain or the weather.
As well.
We can do actually like 12 months is nice. For the New Year Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good season before the rain too.
Yeah, it's cool and dry.
Because I think it's like for Southeast Asia, it's really good to like hang out like outside. It's more fun also. Before it's a lot also. No? I mean, early 2000 is like a lot of people they make a party on the street. Right?
Oh yeah, especially in Bangkok, the zoning's been really rough since like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
They're starting to relax again now, and hopefully it won't.
I think so.
You have a nice thing in Phnom Penh. You can rent like a big boat with sound system. 1 hour is like $25, so you share.
Nice.
Wow.
And you just can invite a lot of people and just make noise.
My on board is good.
Yeah. It's quite a huge boat. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Just talk to you all about renting out his boat.
Because we have a boat
It's
party
not
also.
like people get in the mood more.
Yeah.
Once like, I'm not usually on a boat. This is fun. This is nice. Yeah.
But it's like they have a boat party also, but they just stay at the station.
Which is win-win, so you don't get seasick.
Yeah. It's like,
It just bobs a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't get drawn out with the tide.
Yeah. I think it's like many hotels they have that kind of party. With the Titanic song.
Yeah.
Go ahead and open the Titanic song. Yeah. I think
But the boat is going down the middle.
Yeah.
There's like
yeah. It's crazy. But I think it's like I really want to see like a more event like outside.
Yeah, I want to see people like noise bombing shopping malls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go in the shopping mall and you can only play it for like 3 minutes, but at least you can scream for 3 minutes.
In the parking lot. Yeah. The parking lot's like echo. Like
That is good.
quick escape route too.
Yeah.
I mean, like it becomes kind of like tagging, right? Like how ambitious can you get? Like how closer can you get in?
It's not easy.
If you can film it and get out.
Nice. I think.
We're gonna get some water. Anybody want?
Oh yeah, water.
Water.
Yeah, I'll take water. I was gonna go. Yeah. I was gonna say something about. Oh no, not real estate. I was thinking in Japan that it's kind of like America, where it's there's an industry. There's big players, and it kind of the funding gets put where an executive or a big shot thinks they can get the return on it. So I'd imagine it must be difficult to run a venue in a capital like Tokyo, you know, where it's already, it's not just literally crowded, it's, you know, the room for new sound, I'd imagine, would be pretty, you're rubbing up against everybody else.
It's always also really small.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you just
Small.
fill this up in the filter.
it's small, everybody is allowed to smoke inside.
Yeah, I'm not sure in Japan it's more like because I just went to the last time when I go to Japan, it's like they have like a festival, like they popping like different bar on the nights, like you can go like so many bar in there.
The crawl,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like it's quite successful also. That's one. It's like they're not only like one place. It's just like the one night you can go around. That's it.
And it does end up being like a community. They do support each other, but I
Yeah.
imagine it must be tough to break in if you can't become a part of one of those communities, you know.
Yeah, I think it's like this kind of thing is really interesting to be in like in some area of in Bangkok also.
Yeah.
And like they play different kind of music. Like people can go like around all night because you have to walk like because it's just like from Jam to the Taksin Beach, like just like this and like 10, I think it's 10 pub or 10 live house like around that area.
Is it like all the time, or just when they have a special thing? When
Yeah,
do
they
it?
have like they call the festival something like it's really easy one, but like they have many different music, like, different kind of music, and you can go check on the map and then you can go around. I think this thing also nice, like people can see like because like they are start from the evening until the morning, the next morning. I mean, like because like in Japan they have like limit for like the train time, like until midnight, right? After that, like you cannot go. You have to take taxis, expensive.
Right, yeah. Or stay in, yeah.
Yeah, they just like walk around there and drink. Yeah, it's quite makes sense for doing that in Tokyo. But in Bangkok, I think it would be nice things like that. But we cannot open until late, like. Just
Wasn't that the original concept of like RCA
Mm,
and oh yes, I mean it's for like strip bars and adult bars, but you know like Pat Pong and Soy Cowboy that like even though they all had girls in them, like the point is that they'd all have different themes too. So if you don't like the music they're playing at one, you can move to another. Like that was the original point, but then like once there's money to be made, then everybody wants to follow the leader. Like the original owner, bless them, they're doing well, but after 5 years, after 10 years, after 15 years, they will say, okay, this was fun, I want to do something else. So when someone else comes in and it's like, well, what's successful already here? I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I just bought this place. I'm excited. I'm eager to do something. But their model is going to be off of what's already been done as opposed to like, well, we're winging it naturally. Which was that was the impression I got when like walking down RCA, is that like all of these spots would have would have had different like actual bands like booked every other time, like, but then it starts becoming the mixtape, you know, the mixtape that everybody has, the Billboard Pop. And you do want to cater to a certain, like, you do have to sell drinks too, like when you're on the crawl. That's the good thing about Tokyo, that it doesn't matter like what you're, like you can do anything and everybody's going to be drinking.
Yeah.
Everybody's working so hard, you're going to drink. Even if you're not working, you'll drink. Yeah.
I know.
Quickly to okay.
Yeah, quickly done.
In Japan, I was always like sleepy after 2 drinks.
Yeah.
They're strong. They're strong drinks.
Because like they work really hard. I think that's why it's like they just on the Friday night. It's like everyone sleep on the floor.
Or should we wrap it up?
Oh, how long have we been going?
No idea.
Breaking the fourth wall here. Breaking the fourth wall. We've started at like 11.
Okay.
Oh, you've got a plane to catch. You got a plane to catch. Speaking of, right?
Okay.
What?
You have got a plane to catch?
Oh, it's like at 2 a.m.
Oh, okay. The next night. Next night. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was like 2 p.m. and that's
like
why.
this.
Yeah.
13.
13.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming down, guys.
Yeah, enjoy. Thank you too.
See ya.
Bye bye.